support the real, so I'ma tune in every day. Way up. You are now tuned in to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee on a Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It feels like Wednesday, like I did a lot already. I guess I was filming lip service last night. So today we do have a lip service episode coming out. What's out today? Chaotic?
Yes, Chaotic.
Okay, thank you, Dan. That's our producer.
Hey.
Yeah, Chaotic's episode. He has a song right now that everybody loves. You know, so...
Appreciate Me.
Yes, Appreciate Me with the dance and everything that's going viral on TikTok. So he'll be joining us from also Love and Hip Hop Miami and now Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I've been catching up on that show. Love and Hip Hop Miami also debuted last night. Lip Service was on there, so shout out to us. We were on there with Sukihana. But Mano is running a little bit late. He'll be here in a few minutes. Flo Milli is going to be joining us today. Okay, Flo Milli is doing it right now. New project. Conceited is my song too still. Even though it just came out last year. I feel like it was so long ago, but that is still my song. All right, and you know how we always start the show off? We always start the show off with you guys shining a light. While I'm sitting here, you know what I realized too? And I just want to put this out there because I've been sitting here every single day. A new bill comes in that I was not expecting. All the time, nonstop. I feel like every time I get paid for something, that money gonna go right back out. But I do try to stay on top of everything so it doesn't pile up. That is one thing that I will do. I'll rather pay all my bills and have $0 left than have to worry about owing money. All right, so let's get it started. Let's shine a light on them. This is where you guys call in and shine a light on somebody doing something positive. Show some love. 800-292-5150. Let's start the day off right with some positivity. The energy you put out there is what you're going to get back from the universe. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time to shine a light on them. 800-292-5150 is the number. Let's spread some positivity, and I want to shine a light on somebody who has come up in this industry with me. His name is Big Cedric Thornton, and he has a entertainment site called The Industry Cosign, but he literally has been doing this work for so long, from doing events at this restaurant in the city called The Grill. They used to have parties down in the basement there. He used to host these events. Now he's still doing his thing. He's writing. He just recently wrote an article on me for Black Enterprise about my Airbnb property, upstate New York. So I just love the fact that for over 20 years, we've both been in this business and still going strong and still doing our thing. And so Big said, it's always a pleasure to speak to you, to talk to you and see you. I think it's great when you can see the success that people that you started out with are continuing to have and thrive. And so I want to just send you some love and support you with that. Okay, who do you guys want to shine a light on? Hey, Cash, what's good?
Hey, what's up, Angela?
What's up? How are you? Who would you like to shine a light on?
I'm good. I want to shine a light on my boyfriend, Free Buddha Bless. He's a stand-up man. He don't belong in there, and he take care of home and his kids from in there. And I just really appreciate him and all that he does, holding it down.
That's right. Free him.
Free Buddha Bless. Y'all already know the vibe.
Where's he from? Where y'all from?
We from Harlem.
Okay.
We from the land. We from Tulsa.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Hey, Zahir, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? I'm fine.
Okay, what's good? Who do you want to shine a light on?
Okay, yeah, I want to shine a light on my sister Zakia. Since my oldest sister passed away, she done took in her kids, you know, she's got them in the house doing a great thing with them, taking care of them. So, you know, I want to shine a light, let her know her good deeds is seen and appreciated.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, shout out to Zakia. Ain't it great when you have family that can really step up to the plate? Because that doesn't always happen. That is a blessing.
Yeah, and it was surprising because once my sister passed away not too long after my mother, so it was just like a crush on her. So we like, oh, the kids, because my sister had like 4 kids. Then my other sister, Zakia, she got her own as well.
Right.
So for her to take them in, and then they doing good in school and in sports, I'm like, yo, I really appreciate my sister for doing it, even though that's her family, but still, just to take on that whole job, feed them, take care of them, clothe them.
And that's great for those kids. At least they have their family who they know around who loves
That's
them.
right.
I'm sure that's got to be very comforting at a difficult time.
No strangers.
Yeah, they call me Uncle Tootsie anyway, so yeah, it's a good thing. And I also want to shout out my son Bubby. I love him so much, man.
Okay. All right, Bubby. Well, shine a light on you, Zakia. And thank you so much, Zahir, for calling us.
Hey, Mano.
Hey.
Mano, what up, man?
What's
We
that?
met a couple of times. You came out of North. We was with Blaze. And I met you a
Okay,
couple of
yes,
times.
yes, free Blaze.
Yeah. I met you a couple of times. My name's Tootsie.
That's
But
love,
you
bro.
probably remember me by face, though.
Okay.
All right. Not another Mano Vader, right?
You a hater.
Okay.
Nah.
Man.
We gonna shine a light on Mano right now.
Definitely, it's love,
All
bro.
right,
Work right now. All right, no problem.
Take care. All right, well, that was Shine a Light on Them, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can always leave a message for the last word. And when we come back, we have Your Yeetie. We'll be talking about Nicki Minaj. She was on live stream on TikTok and talked about the dumbest decision she ever made. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano said it's okay for me to disclose this, but he is on the toilet. I don't know what's going on with this guy's stomach, but he is losing weight rapidly. Okay. Dan, why are you laughing?
That's funny.
All right, so Nicki Minaj, she recently was on TikTok Live, and she was talking about one of the worst decisions that she ever made, and it has to do with Kanye West. Here's what she said.
I wanted Kanye to be on Blazing, and he wanted to be on Right Through Me. Dumbest decision I ever made, but it is what it is.
That would have sounded good. Kanye on Right Through Me. Sheesh. But yeah, so for her, I guess that's one regret that she has, and Right Through Me. But that song did great even without him.
You learn from it too.
I'd have been like, what about a remix? All right. And shout out to Joe Coy. He has 2 more stand-up specials at Netflix. And what I love about the comedian Joe Coy is how he even just started doing things on his own. I read his autobiography. I also ordered his movie, like all of those things. And I watched all of his stand-up specials. I went to them. He's hilarious. But even when he first got started, because doing what he does as a stand-up comedian, it's not easy to get those specials. And he recorded everything himself. The first time he did his special, paid for it all, and then sold it. And now he makes way more money having done things that way. And so now he has a deal extending his relationship with Netflix to do 2 more stand-up specials. And guess what? The next one is going to be taped in Brooklyn at the King's Theater. So that's really, really dope. And that's going to premiere on Netflix in 2024. And right now he's on his Joe Coy World Tour. All right. And speaking of comedians, Tiffany Haddish is working on something new. She's producing a docuseries, and it's about successful women who date homeless men.
It's an interesting spin.
And she said everybody deserves to have someone. So she said, I experienced homelessness myself and found that there was a stigma on it that I don't think should be there. Everyone deserves to have someone supporting them and caring for them, not necessarily carrying them all the way. It's really important for people to make sure that they know that, because it's really hard to be homeless. So many people are isolated and living on the streets alone. So I saw a lot of people reacting to this, and I'm not sure, maybe this is going to change, what that stigma is. So it is definitely interesting, but successful women who are dating homeless men. I don't think I know anybody that is, and I think we're supposed to say unhoused now instead of homeless, because I guess homeless doesn't sound right. Is that right? Am I right?
Politically incorrect?
Yeah, politically incorrect. All right. SZA attended the Drake concert. She was wearing a Super Mario disguise. And so she was on the concert, and she posted herself lost in the bit, or is the bit lost in me? And so I guess she just felt like she didn't want to be out there doing the most and trying to stay incognito. I don't know if that disguise was very incognito.
Yeah, the mustache.
Yeah. Because it was also like the type of thing that if you saw her, you'd be like, what is
It's like a Mario or Luigi mustache.
Yeah, like what's
it's funny.
going on here? Another person who was there, by the way, Kim Kardashian, and I saw people were remarking about how she was so excited for Drake, and people are now speculating that she has a crush on Drake, and I'm sure Kanye's probably not too happy, but he's got his own situation now, so it's just a big mess.
Kim was singing her part for Search and Rescue when Drake was performing it. Everyone was talking about, yeah.
You think she does stuff like that purposely, or you know how you can be a little vindictive to your ex?
I mean, it is the Drake concert.
Right, and Kanye is dating someone who kind of looks like her.
Yeah.
And sure, that's annoying too from both sides.
Also kind of looks like Pete Davidson.
Yeah, well.
There's a lot of side-by-sides. I didn't just pull it out of nowhere.
Yeah, okay. So you think his new wife looks like Pete Davidson?
There's a lot of side-by-sides. It's
So you
pretty
think
interesting.
The truth is he's obsessed with Pete. Okay, well, that is your Yeetie. Thank you, Dan, for your Yeetie as well. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss the things that we did that took place last night. I already told y'all last night I was outside. I was getting ready for today's episode of Lip Service, so we were taping that. But in addition, I've been catching up on some good old TV, and I'll tell you what I was watching is Way Up with Angela Yee. About Last Night is next.
Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano's here.
Yeah.
New Mano.
Hey.
Fresh off the toilet.
Stop it. Stop it.
You can put your
Sometimes
hand
you just
down
got
now.
to go. You know, it's we like a band, right? So when I point my finger, Navy already knows.
Right.
Drop that. New
Drop that
Mano.
load.
New Mano.
Mano.
Hey.
You've been losing weight, though.
You look like it?
Yeah.
I'm
So I was
barreling
like,
over-
I don't know what he's doing in the
Stop
toilet.
it, bro. Stop it. When I point the finger now, it's different.
You got to do stop with this
Yeah.
full hand stop.
Navy, me and you on the same side.
All right, and so last night I was doing Lip Service, and by the way, while I was filming Lip Service, we were actually on Love and Hip Hop Miami. The season premiere came out with Sukihana.
Right, was I getting lip service last night? No, I wasn't.
And Mano, I told you that you needed to actually take a day to relax because you're
did.
coming off a Hustle Hard weekend.
Right, I did.
Gotta chill.
I took yesterday to relax,
Okay, good.
and that's what I did.
I'm glad to hear that. So for me, I actually went and so one person that came on because we did 2 episodes yesterday. So we met a young lady. She's from Brooklyn. Her name is Addis Fouché. So she is a sex worker from Brooklyn.
You know, one time for the sex workers. I like that. I promote that.
Yeah, and you know,
Support
I think
that.
sometimes there's a stigma on.
Sex workers.
Yeah, there is. She's very intelligent, very smart. She writes.
Right.
Also, she went to boarding school.
Right.
And this was something that she decided she wanted to do. She started off as a sugar baby.
Nice.
And she tells her whole story. And she owns exactly who she is. I think a lot of times people do things, but they
don't own it.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is at. And that's where the disconnect comes from. I respect it. If this is what you do, it is what it is. I mean, look, we live in a world where everybody got a job to do. Everybody got a part to play. That world right there is just as American as American
And people
pie.
are paying.
Well, that's right.
And she was saying that sometimes people pay her just to do things like go to dinner. One guy pays her just to draw her.
Listen, I know where they hang. Well, let me. Listen, I understand. I like it. I like it.
But the strangest thing that she ever said she got paid for was scatting.
Nah, I'll stay away from that.
Do you know what that is?
No. Is that what the conversation with the man that called up or the lady that called up?
Yeah,
that day?
yes, scatting.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we can say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay away from that.
I don't think that Navy, who's running the boards, knows what scatting is, or else he would have played your drop again from where you just came from. You were just scatting.
No, I don't.
Do you know what that is?
Something else. Yeah.
You
what
were
I really
scatting.
want to say now.
All right, so that is my About Last Night. And, before that, we also had Chaotic on. And Chaotic, I was catching up on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because he's on that series as well.
Right.
But he's got a hit song now. But what I like about him is that he's got a lot going on in his life, and we're getting to see some of those layers on the show. Because sometimes when you watch these reality shows, it can be very superficial for certain people, but his, I think,
It's real.
we got to see him with his dad.
Okay.
Connecting in that way. And he's been evolving. So we've seen that
Dope.
evolving for him. All right. Well, when we come back, speaking about reality shows, y'all know I also watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Mano, you and I were talking about this yesterday, but on the after show, Sheree was discussing with Sanya a situation where, Sheree is dating Martell Holt, and they had a birthday dinner. He had a birthday dinner for her, but when the bill came, he wanted people to put up some cash for that bill for Sheree's birthday dinner. Here's what the discussion sounded like.
You want your meal to be paid for when you got there and you didn't know?
No, but sure, hold on, no.
Empty-handed?
Empty-handed. I literally found out about your restaurant the day before. You're not 5 years old. I'm not gonna run to the store to go buy you a gift.
Why would you expect me for my birthday to pay for you and your husband?
Friends and their
Why would you
husbands,
expect
they
me?
pay.
Why would
they
you?
pay?
Okay.
But I'm not saying he had to pay. I'm not saying he had to pay. I was happy to
But
pay.
you should not expect me to pay for anything on my
I didn't
birthday.
expect you to pay. I thought your man would pay for you. That's what.
But why would he pay for you and your husband?
But what I'm saying is about the no.
Ross shouldn't even want a man paying for him and his wife.
Ooh. So I want to know what y'all thoughts are on this. It's a birthday dinner, and Sheree's boyfriend had the birthday dinner for her, but then he wanted everybody to pay for themselves. Now Sheree is like, well, I'm not paying for my dinner, and you and your husband should not expect my boyfriend to pay for the dinner. But then I saw a lot of people like, well, if that's your man and he invited us all to dinner, he should be paying for the dinner.
Right.
And Mano, I know you got a story. When we come back, we want to hear your story. But in the meantime, we want to see what you guys think. 800-292-5150. Pick a side. Whose side are you on? Do you agree with Sheree that everybody should be paying for themselves? My man is not paying for you all to eat. Or do you agree with Sanya? He invited us to the dinner and he should have paid for the whole dinner for everyone. 800-292-5150. Call us up and pick a side. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's not just right or wrong. It's about what you believe. It's time to pick a side and stay there.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I am Judge Angela Yee, and I have Mano here with me.
Yeah.
And we are doing Pick a Side. We are talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Apparently, it was Sheree's birthday, and her boyfriend, Martell, had a birthday dinner for her, but he did not pay the bill. Instead, he told the people who attended the dinner that they had to come up off their pockets, and Sanya Richards-Ross was not happy about that. Here's what happened.
Why would you expect me for my birthday to pay for you and your husband?
Friends and their
Why would you
husbands,
expect
they
me?
pay.
Why would
they
you?
pay?
Okay.
But I'm not saying he had to pay. I'm not saying he had to pay. I was happy to
But
pay.
you should not expect me to pay for anything on my
I didn't
birthday.
expect you to pay. I thought your man would pay for you. That's what.
But why would he pay for you and your husband?
But what I'm saying is about the no.
Ross shouldn't even want a man paying for him and his wife.
Okay. Mano,
Boss.
what are your thoughts? Whose side are you on here? Should Martell have paid for the dinner?
Here's the thing, right? People are going to expect that you pay for the bill if you invite them out and you don't communicate with them and tell them, like, listen, it's going to be $150 a man. I've been in situations like that where I just cover the whole bill. I was also in a weird situation when I was in a relationship at the time, and then it was her birthday, and her friends wanted to take her to dinner. This is something that they wanted to do. They only asked me to make the reservation for them, and I called Stratus. He had a restaurant at the
Asian
time,
Steakhouse,
right? It was called J60. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
And I called Stratus. I said, listen, I got some people coming over. This is how many. It was maybe like 5 or 6 people, and then they took her to dinner. And then when they took her to dinner, when the bill came, they was calling me
to pay.
Mind you, I'm at home.
Oh, you're not even at the dinner. I didn't even eat.
I didn't eat.
And I'm
I wasn't
supposed to
there.
pay the bill that y'all took her out.
Right. And I only set it up because y'all asked me to, they didn't know where to take her.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you pay the bill?
I cursed them out
Okay.
and laid back down.
Now, you are right for that, and they were wrong for that. But if you were there,
If I was there, that's something totally different.
and you didn't even organize it, though. I want to say that. You didn't organize the
No,
dinner.
I didn't like none of these are her people.
Yeah. And if a guy wants to do that for you, I dated a guy once, and my friends had a dinner for me. He actually called the restaurant and paid the bill, but that was his choice. No one asked him to do that.
Right. That's his choice. That's his thing. But if you want to take your friend out, this is your friend. This is something that you want to do. I had my plans of what I was doing.
Right.
This is something that you want to do. So y'all all need to band together and come up with the bill.
Okay, so this has to be something that's communicated.
It got to be communicated. It
All
has
right.
to be.
Well, let's see what you guys think. 800-292-5150. Tiff, how are you?
Hey, how are you, Angela?
I'm good,
Hey,
thank you.
Mano.
Hey, good morning.
Now pick a side.
Good morning.
Do you think that Martell should have paid for the whole dinner for Sheree, or do you think Sheree is right? Everybody should expect to pay at her birthday dinner. He's not paying for y'all.
I think that he should not have paid for everyone, especially when there were husbands involved. I think no man should feel comfortable for another man to pay for him and his wife's dinner.
Okay, not even for her birthday. I invited you out still.
Nope, I invited you out, but your man is there, so he should take care of his wife.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for weighing in.
You're welcome, and I'm calling from Toledo, Ohio.
Oh, okay, I was there. All right.
Okay.
Hold on,
All
that's
right.
one for Sheree. Okay, thank you. Hey, Az, how are you?
How's it going? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We want you to pick a side, all right? Are you Team Sheree or Team Sonya?
Oh, I am Team Sonya all the way. If you invite me to a party and don't, like, especially out to dinner, and you don't say beforehand that everybody's got to cover their own meal and be like, hey, we're just getting together, having something to eat. If you want to come by, swing through. But when you're saying we're throwing a birthday party, I mean, if I'm not bringing a gift, that's what I'm expected, right? Just a gift. I'm not expected to cover my own end.
Ooh, okay.
See, that's the thing, though.
Right.
It's the communication.
Right, we should give us
Right.
a heads up.
I think that's what it is. Right. I think if I say, yo, listen, I'm doing something for Angela, just be there at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kind of establishing that I'm saying, yo, listen, $100 a man.
Right. You got to, and that's a lesson for everybody. Make sure you give that ahead of time.
Right,
it's probably
right.
going to be about $200 each.
Yeah.
You know, that's one for Sonya. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys. New Mano, what's up?
Numeno.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, you a hater.
Hey, Kayla, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What are your thoughts? Pick a side. Do you agree with Sheree or do you agree with Sonya? Who should have paid for the birthday dinner? Should it have been Sheree's man or is it everybody for themselves?
Sheree's man, because I feel like if you invited them, everything should be taken care of. Or if you knew they had to pay their own, then you should have told them ahead of time.
Okay.
Like,
See? Yeah.
It wasn't organized enough, like you said, Mano.
Right.
Well, thank you for weighing in.
thank you.
Dre,
Hey, what's going on?
what's up? Who do you agree with? Do you think that Martell should have paid for Sheree's birthday dinner for everybody, or do you think that everybody should be paying for themselves?
The other people with the men, they should have been doing what they should have been doing. Like, he could have paid for the girls or whatnot, but I'm not about to let a man sit here. I'm not about to go there and eat and then be like, oh, I ain't got no money, and then let another man feed me or pay for my food. That's just a...
All right, so maybe he paid half the
birthday.
bill, and then people just come up with the rest.
Let
Or
another
pay for
man
yourself.
feed him.
Yeah.
What they say, a closed mouth don't get fed, or empty pot. You shouldn't be there. If you ain't got the money to go eat, then you should at least say something like, "Well, I ain't got it, but I'll let it go support my girl," or you know. But as far as the dudes, if there's more dudes there and they want to eat for free, nah, they ain't gonna fly.
Y'all don't eat for free, guys. All right, so that's one for sure. It's tied up right now, 2-2.
Is that the rule? No guys eat for free.
That's right. We ain't feeding. Guys ain't feeding guys. That's not your daddy.
Ain't your goddamn daddy. And now if it's my homeboy, then all right, that's cool. But if it's my girl's friend, if it's her boyfriend, no, I don't even know you.
So you never was at a situation where you had something going on, and then your friends, your girl's friends, had a guy with them, and you just took care of the whole bill. You never did that.
No, I say I look out for your girl, but him, I don't even know him.
Yeah.
He better do something. I go to work just like everybody else. If he don't, he shouldn't even, freaking be there.
All right, thank you for weighing
I ain't
in.
got it like that.
He's very passionate about this. I like it. Okay.
Hey, man, no.
You.
You the dog, man. You the
My
dog,
God.
man.
Love.
See what I mean? He's
And I love
made
you.
Thank you.
See y'all.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like it's a tie. 2 people were for Sheree and 2 people were for Sonya. I've never seen people so divided on a topic
And passionate
before.
about it, though.
Yeah.
I guess it's perspective, though.
I will say this. If you're at home and you didn't even go to the dinner, you shouldn't have to pay.
Yo.
Yes,
For real.
exactly. All right. Well, when we come back, we have a Yeetie. And let's talk about the blind side, okay? Bad enough that story is not 100% true, but now there's some fallout with the family who allegedly took in this young black athlete. All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie next.
Oh, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here. New Mano!
Let's go.
All right, we having a good time.
Great time.
Yes,
What's
good
happening?
things. All right, well, let's get into some Yeetie. Sage Steele has announced that she is leaving ESPN after 16 years, and she said that is to exercise her First Amendment rights more freely. Now, she had some issues previously, and she ended up suing. She sued the network and its parent company Disney last April over the circumstances that led to her being taken off the air in 2021. All right, she had claimed the network breached her contract over its reaction to remarks that she made in a podcast interview where she spoke out against Disney's vaccine mandate. And she also had some things to say about President Obama for identifying as black and not biracial. She said that after that she faced retaliation. So now she is saying, life update. Having successfully settled my case with ESPN and Disney, I've decided to leave so I can exercise my First Amendment rights more freely. I'm grateful for so many wonderful experiences over the past 16 years, and I'm excited for my new chapter. So that is what she's doing now. I'm sure we're going to hear more about it, but ESPN did offer her $500,000 to settle the lawsuit, according to Front Office Sports. They reported that back in June. All right. Now let's talk about this movie, The Blind Side. There's a lot of messiness going on with this movie.
It's an old movie, though.
Yeah, so this is based on Michael Oher. He was the inspiration for this 2009 biographical sports drama, The Blind Side. So one thing about that movie, right, we always knew is that it was based on a true story.
Right.
I remember initially Michael Oher took issue with the fact that he was portrayed as unintelligent and that it perpetuated negative racial stereotypes. Well, now he is seeking to end the conservatorship between him and the family. That was a great movie, by the way. I thought when I first saw it, because it was based on a true story, that it was true. But it looks like he's saying that a lot of the facts in that movie are not true. He also says that they used their conservatorship of him and made a deal with the producers of that movie, which by the way did win an Oscar, to get them and their 2 biological children millions of dollars in royalties. He said by comparison he got nothing, despite the fact that the movie could not have existed without him. And they've also continued to call Michael Oher their adopted son in the years since, which he argued helped promote the mom, Leanne, her books and her career as a motivational speaker.
Really?
So these are the allegations that
all a plan.
Michael is making. So he was never legally adopted by the family. He did have a conservatorship, and he's saying that he was tricked into signing away his rights. So now he's filing a petition, and he wants to get out of this conservatorship. All right. Now, I will say the family has responded to this lawsuit against them. And according to the son, Sean, you remember him in the movie, the little boy that was like his best friend in the movie. He went on Barstool Radio on Monday. And here's what he had to say about the money and whether or not the family profited from this conservatorship from the money.
I was around my house at the time, and I met my dad for lunch, and he gave me the check, and I'm like, we get paid off this thing? He's like, yeah, it's made so much money now that like they can't hide it. I think there was like a 2.5% kicker, and I bet through that we as in me personally only, because I can speak for that, have made like 60-70 grand over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. It comes in like the first year was like a $14,000 check, and then it was like an 8 and 7, whatever, so on, so forth down. That math didn't add up, but it started off a little higher and then it went down.
So he's saying that he personally only made $60,000 or $70,000 in royalties.
But he ain't saying
what
the family made.
Right. He's talking about what he made.
Right.
He also said that he loves Mike. He said, I love Mike at 16, I love Mike at 37, and I will love him at 67. And so he's saying that he also does not believe that Michael Oher just learned about the conservatorship in February. He said he says he found out in February, I find that hard to believe. And so
those based on true stories is never really true all the time.
And I will say that if anybody should have benefited from that movie, it should be Michael Oher.
That's right, because it was about him.
And the family, by the way, sold off their conglomerate of fast food franchises for $200 million. So they're saying, why would we want to profit off of him when we have made all this money off of other things? I guess that's their explanation. All right, but we'll keep you guys updated because I'm sure more details and facts are going to end up coming out as we're watching what is happening. And that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the front page news, but they are flying under the radar. You still need to know about them. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Under the Radar.
What up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here. New Mano!
Let's go.
He don't play with that drop.
Need my drop every time.
And these are the Under the Radar stories. We got to get right into this one. This is in Montgomery, Alabama, the Montgomery Riverfront. The man who had the chair that hit the woman over the head with the chair that was on the ground.
Folding chair.
Yes. Reggie Ray is his name. And remember, the police were looking for him to turn himself in.
Right.
Well, he went ahead and did that. And his attorney is Lee Merritt, civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, and he has a GoFundMe. That GoFundMe, $275,000 was the goal. And guess what? That money is there. Okay. Reggie Ray turned himself in. He's 42 years old on Friday. That was for disorderly conduct charges, and he was released the following morning. Now, Lee Merritt wrote, Mr. Reggie Ray is out. He's in good spirits. He got a speeding ticket on the way home, but he was relieved to discover the community showed up for him and others in such a strong way.
Good for him.
Yes. And he is participating in this whole investigation. So he's doing what he's supposed to do right now. And now the funds, by the way, from that GoFundMe is going to be used to pay for medical bills, lost wages, earnings, professional services, travel, lodging, and expenses. So that's what that money is going to.
Can't fight without no money, so.
That's right. All right, and this is really sad, and this is why I am pro-choice. A 13-year-old girl in Mississippi gave birth to a boy. She was raped as well as impregnated by a stranger and then was unable to get an abortion. Now, the mother of the girl, they're using the name Ashley as a pseudonym. That's not her real name. In the report, she was looking to get an abortion for her daughter, but was told that the closest provider was in Chicago. That is more than a 9-hour drive from their home. So now this 13-year-old girl is entering the 7th grade as a mom.
That is awful, man.
Yes, the mother said it was just too expensive. She couldn't travel. She couldn't take time off from work. She said, I don't have the funds for all of this. And so now this is what I was always saying, right? When people who have money, they'll be able to afford to travel, to get whatever services they need to get, to take off from work, to do all of those things. But this really does disproportionately affect people who want to make a decision, but don't have the finances to be able to go and get the help and the care that they need.
And then with circumstances like that, she got raped.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So now she has to be a mother at 13.
Yes, she does. And just imagine the trauma that you're going to face
This is crazy,
from something like that. And, last summer, a local newspaper in Ohio reported that a 10-year-old who was raped had to travel to Indiana for an abortion because of restrictions in her state. And the man that actually raped her was found guilty in that case and got a sentence of life imprisonment. But that 10-year-old girl had to not only am I dealing with this, but now I got to get on a flight.
Trauma for life.
Exactly. All right. And Illinois has become the first state to regulate kid influencers. And so what they're saying now is that a lot of these kids are doing things on social media and they don't even know what the ramifications are for that. So what this means, this local law goes into effect January 1st. So kids on social media are added to the state's child labor law. Kids under 16 have to be compensated if within a 30-day period they are in at least 30% of a video or online content for which the adult, even if it's your parent or caregiver, is being paid. So if the parent is being paid, the kid got to get paid 30%.
Okay.
All right. And then they set aside those gross earnings in a trust account and the kid gets that money at 18.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it.
Pay those kids.
Pay them kids. All right. And that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, Milli is going to be joining us today. All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here. New Mano. All right, well, looks like Keke Palmer is getting the ultimate revenge. She's going to be starring in Usher's new music video. Why are you laughing, Mano?
Did she break up with the dude yet?
Boyfriend. I mean, I guess so.
Damn.
Because I'm sure he is really irritated about this.
Sitting at home punching the air.
And just as a reminder, Kiki's baby daddy did not like the fact that she was dressed a certain way at the Usher concert.
She had her cheeks out.
He said, "You a mom." And that turned into a whole thing on social media. He said, "It's the outfit though. You a mom." So now she is starring in Usher's video. Oh, you want to talk about petty, baby? We hit below the belt over here.
Yeah.
All right, and Coyle Ray has announced that she has a new EP coming soon. It's called Blue Moon, and she said it's going to be 5 songs. And so get ready for that one. And then I know you guys have been watching in Maui these unfortunate wildfires that have been happening, and people are dying. All right, the county of Maui explained on Sunday, and one thing that happened is Oprah was there. She was helping out. And they said that she was turned away because she had a camera crew with her. Right? So people were upset about that. And so they wanted to make sure they explained. So they said, to clarify, Oprah was able to visit our shelter and we thank her for instructing media journalists and camera crews to remain outside. So it wasn't just her. It was all, media. Because, of course, media is trying to cover things. Yeah. So I saw people were going in on Oprah like, oh, my God, everything doesn't have to be a press opportunity. Yeah, but she was just, there helping, and then all the camera crews had to wait outside. So it wasn't just her, it was everybody. They said her visit inside of the shelter today was truly heartwarming, and we appreciate her understanding of our policy of having no camera crews or reporters accompanying dignitaries and celebrities in our emergency shelters.
Nice.
But she was there. She was handing out pillows to the evacuees and things like toiletries and so on and so forth. Now, I don't know if you saw this story also along with that, because, you know, these Maui wildfires have been, insane. But I also saw that people were upset that Paris Hilton was vacationing not far from there. You know, so far 96 people have been killed in these wildfires. And she was seen on the beaches of Hawaii with her son Phoenix also in her arms.
No care in the world.
As well. And it was about 30 miles away from the town that was devastated there. So
what they want her to do, though?
I don't know. She was there with her son. They said initially it was a family trip. She's been traveling to Maui since she was born. She has many friends and family there, and it's a second home for her. Her uncle's restaurant in that town did burn down, so they decided to shorten their trip and go to see their family and help where they could. When they arrived, they gathered supplies, donated to the local shelters and people in need, and made significant contributions.
Got it.
All right, so I just want to point that out because people were very upset to see her out there vacationing. And Tracy Morgan, he recently was on Today with Hoda and Jenna, and he's talking about Ozempic. That is actually helping him lose weight.
Really?
Here's what he had to say about that.
I get up at 7 every morning.
Yeah.
And I'm in the gym at 10.
Yeah.
And then I go back to sleep.
By the way, you've been working on your body and on your health.
No, that's Ozempic. I ain't letting it go.
Crazy.
But you know they're about to cut out that Ozempic for
It's
the
about to be
insurance. Yeah, well, insurance.
Well, you got to
is
pay out of
expensive.
pocket. He got it.
Yeah, he definitely got it. $900 to $1,000 a month. But for some people who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, that's going to be harder for them to get.
That's going to be hard for him because maybe they won't cut it out for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Chelsea Handler admitted that she took it. Raven Simone said she takes it because she has pre-diabetes and her family has a history of diabetes as well. But definitely check out our interview with Dr. Ramik Hunt. He's an obesity specialist and he talked all about Ozempic and Wegovy on that interview. All right. And let's talk about the baby and Danny Lay. They have put aside their issues and celebrated their daughter's second birthday party together. All right. She turned 2 on Friday and they had a luau themed party, and there were clips on social media. The two of them looked like they were very happy to be with their child. And co-parenting is an important thing and not an easy thing for a lot of people to do.
It's not, but that's good when you can come together. Mm-hmm. My daughter's having her 11th birthday this week.
Oh.
Taking her to the
She's so
Bahamas.
cute. She be playing you. I love it.
Yeah, playing. Yeah, she runs me. No respect.
Oh, so you're taking her to the Bahamas.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody in the Bahamas. We love it there. Shout out to my guy Des out there. Well, let's talk about that because sometimes it's hard to see the other side. In the midst of having a not so great co-parenting situation, sometimes it's awful. Yeah, it's War of the Roses.
Yeah.
But then to break through to the other side, that has to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Sometimes
you're
that
so
road is
mature.
rocky. I've been through war.
Yeah, I remember
there's
when
a
you
lot going on.
first had your daughter. I remember even with your son.
My son it was probably worse. I had a song talking about killing my baby mother. It was wild.
Ooh, okay, Eminem.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about that when we come back because that co-parenting thing is something that a lot of people need to figure out. A lot of people going through it right now, and I would love to hear you give your situation and then your advice on what people can do to actually make it through to the other side. When we come back, we'll talk about it. You can also hit us up at Way Up with Yee, at Mano, Hustle Hard, at Angela Yee. Let us know what you have going on and maybe some of your tips too. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
Yes.
I love the fact that I bought some snacks for the room, and we love these snacks. They're healthy snacks.
Little almonds.
Yeah.
Little granola.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure we're healthier.
No pizza.
Yeah, you like it.
No shots.
Another thing that...
No shots, not today.
Tomorrow for sure, though. No. Now, another thing that we were just talking about right now is co-parenting.
Yeah.
Right? The baby and Danny Lay, they celebrated their daughter's second birthday, and they've had a long struggle to get to this point where the two of them are now being able to celebrate for the sake of the child, to co-parent together. Mano, you have 2 children.
Yep.
And so let's talk about your son first, right? Who does not have you tattooed on him.
Yeah.
And he's how old now?
20.
20 years old. So what was that like for you 20 years ago? Because it may not 20 years ago.
It was war though.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of turmoil, man. Like, I mean, I really feel like if my son's mother could have put money on my head to knock me off,
right,
she would have did it.
I wonder how much that would have been.
Yeah, I mean, pretty pricey though.
Now, okay, so I want to know what she was doing that was wrong and what you take accountability for.
I take accountability for everything. First of all, I just think my disposition, you know, a lot of times. And then we was clashing because I was supposed to be a boyfriend figure, a husband figure.
Ooh, okay.
And I was having issues dealing with that because I had just came home from prison. My son was born while I was locked up. And then every experience that I was having at that point was new.
Right.
I was trying to get in the industry. I was trying to get out of the street. So we were clashing there. And it was like I was failing at being a boyfriend. So now, you know, you can't see your son. And, you know, I was failing in those areas. I didn't know how to cheat because I had never even been in this situation before. Everything for me was new. So it was just a lot. I mean, I would never put it all on her.
Right. I was saying because for both parties, there's issues. Because you know
Absolutely
what? Your
not.
relationship is so different when you're in prison, right? She's used to being able to, and you probably also thought it would be different too when you came home. You didn't know what that was going to be like.
I didn't, because I came home and now I'm a father and a husband figure, right? I'm living with my son and his mother, and it was just a lot of responsibility on me at one time. Just sat right on me.
And you had been locked up for almost 10 years.
Well, like 10 years, but I went and did a violation when I came home because she got pregnant when I came home, and then I had to do a year violation.
Okay.
So when I came home back off the violation, he was 3 months old. So now I got a world of responsibilities. I'm still kind of in the street, and then I'm on parole. So it was a lot going on. I was messing up on my relationship. So now I was like, I'm gonna cut these clothes up. I'm gonna call your PO, and then it was a lot.
Ooh,
it was a lot. It was
she
a
was
lot.
hurt.
She was hurt, and then we were young, so I don't think that we both understood the place that I was in, as far as being a young man that just missed all of his 20s, right? Most of his 20s, and now he has all this responsibility on his lap. So it was a lot of back and forth. And then, you know me, I'm pretty aggressive, and it just didn't work, and we had a lot of distaste for each other even after that. So when I got to the point where I just couldn't deal with it no more, I left. And I had wanted my family to be together.
Yeah, of
originally.
course.
I wanted that.
Used
that
to
was,
seeing your son every morning.
Yeah, I had wanted that. And it bothers me that my son don't even remember that. He don't remember a time that we was all together.
Right.
That bothers me.
But at least he doesn't remember the dysfunction too.
Nah, he don't really remember that. But he does remember. He knew that we didn't really get along, that we didn't really talk. But what the thing was is that me and him was so tight that he spent most of his time with me.
That's
right?
good.
In Jersey and stuff.
How
like
long did
that.
it take for you to be able to see him when you wanted to?
Nah, that was always short lived, right?
Okay,
oh, you're
good.
not seeing your son. You know, that was a couple of days. It was never. I never went months.
What about
never
your
went
daughter?
weeks.
She's turning 11, and
She's
you
turning
guys
11.
are successfully co-parenting now.
Right. That's a little more easier. I don't think we had the same tension that I had.
Because there
with
weren't
my
those
daughter.
expectations of a
Right,
relationship
it was just,
too.
Yeah, it kinda, but it just wasn't the same. I think her disposition and my son mother's is a lot different, and we didn't have a lot of the same back and forth that we had. But don't get me wrong, it'd be drama.
Yeah.
It's gonna be drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't see anybody not having drama with you.
Yeah, that's pretty. You know what? I'm gonna agree with that.
I can't.
There's no way to be in my life and not have drama with me.
Unless you just let him run over you and do what he wants.
Yeah. So to both my kids' mothers, I thank you for raising my kids, and it's love, it's respect, you know. But
you
I
all
understand.
deserve a reward.
Yeah.
Or
I
an
post them up
award.
for Mother's Day.
Y'all
both of
deserve
them.
an award, okay?
Yeah.
I
So-
remember your son's mother was going to be on that reality
She
show.
did.
She did do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I was steaming.
I know you was tight. I was like, girl,
Steaming.
get it, girl.
Because nobody told me about it. And I'm like, you going to be on a reality show? And she was like, no. And then I found out she was doing it, you know. it's all
Okay.
good.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
So-
glad you made it to that space. So for everybody else out there is hope. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Hey.
We appreciate
What we
it.
do.
And Flo Milli is going to be joining us very shortly. All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now I'm back at it.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. And as I was telling y'all earlier, once again, I don't know what's going on with Mano, but he stays.
We know what it is.
On this toilet, baby. Is there an issue? Do you have a problem with, I guess when you work somewhere, you have to end up going at work.
Yeah.
Like you spend too much time there every single day. At some point, you're going to have to end up, as much as we all would rather be in our own home, sometimes you're going to have to go at work.
I go more here than I do at home.
Are you on a schedule, Dan? That's our producer, Dan.
I am.
You're on a schedule, so every day around a certain
for
time.
like 12, 14 hours a day. It's not like you're going to be doing any of that at home.
Right. And it's very important that you go every day, too, by the way, if you don't have the proper amount of fiber that's necessary. But I do want to make sure y'all know Yee Day is coming up, and it's going to be August 27th. I'm really excited for it this year. This is the first year that I've had my own show up here at iHeart, Way Up with Angela Yee. We started actually in February. And so next February, it'll be a full year. By the way, I'm already planning a 1-year anniversary, some type of event. As I should. But for Angela Yee Day, I want to shout out to everybody at the Barclays, our amazing New York Liberty team, our amazing Brooklyn Nets team, Joe and Clara Wu Tsai, also Greg Bishop. They really make sure that we're taking care of. The Barclays is an amazing place to have an event. They actually have the outside of the Barclays set up for community events. And when everything was happening with all of the protests going on and people were gathering outside there, they wanted to make sure that space was for things like that, for people to be able to express themselves and use that space. So we're having a totally free event there. Angela Yee Day. A lot of performances. Nessa Preppy, I'm excited. DJ Team, Ricky Blaze. Home and Abroad featuring Navy is going to be there. AOJ, some Afro beats, London Hill, Capella Gray, Sheem Kuef. It's going to be so many amazing things. Everything free, giveaways, backpacks, hair braiding, haircuts, Life Wellness in Brooklyn. They're going to be coming out there, making sure y'all are taken care of spiritually and physically. So make sure you guys come and join me. You can follow me. It's all free again. And Milli is about to be joining us. And we actually have her new single too, Fruit Loop, that we're going to play for you guys. No, we're not? Okay. All right. Well, Fruit Loop is her new single. We got to clean that up. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the back. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and we got Milli here with us.
What's up?
Congratulations to you, first of all, for your VMA nomination.
Thank you. I'm so excited about that, by the way.
People go vote, okay?
Yes,
and
go vote for me, please.
And also gold and platinum.
Yes.
Plaques. You got a lot of great things popping off.
Yes. I feel like it's just happening in the right time. Like, things kind of take a little slow turn for me, but I feel like I kind of like that. Like, because I know I deserve it. And
so you mean just as far as from the beginning, because you've been knowing this is what you want to do since you was a little girl.
Yes. Ever since I was like 10, 11, that was like, I made up in my mind, like, this is what I want to do.
And I know you even had like a girl group at school.
Yeah.
So were you guys rapping or singing?
We was rapping. We had like one singer. Like, it was 2 rappers, me and her, and then we would like recruit other girls. But like, nobody really could like, I don't know, like they couldn't really keep up because we was really hungry.
Are there videos of like performances floating around?
Yes. I'm not gonna lie, we got one video on YouTube where we performed in front of our high school and like they booed us.
What?
Yeah.
Your friends?
No, the school did.
No, I'm saying, but those your friends. It's your high school?
Yeah, it was my high school, but we was freshmen though, and they were like seniors and juniors.
Oh, that's hate.
Yeah, they was hating real bad,
but now objectively looking back, were y'all good?
I could see. I mean, we was pretty like new, and then like I don't even think they was listening to us because we was a cappella freestyling.
Okay,
and then they didn't even like
give
us a chance. They were like, "Boo!" I was like, "Whoa, this is really embarrassing." But yeah, I mean, we got a lot of followers that day on Instagram. So.
Okay, see, so no matter what, you always could find something positive to come out of it. And I know those same people like, oh, they probably like, I saw her perform when she was younger. I was up on her first, even though they was up there like, boo.
It's cool though. Like I feel like it's character development. Like I needed to go through that, I guess, to like see what it's like to be talked about, and I feel like it was just like practice to be like where I'm at right now.
Right now, I'm talking to Milli. I want to ask you some questions, right? To learn more about Flo Milli and things that you do in your regular life. All right. So, Tilted Halo, you talk about keeping him on his toes. So, what are some things that you do to keep a man on his toes?
Ooh, I always come up with like a set of rules, like non-negotiables. Like, I feel like it's important to kind of treat yourself like with the utmost respect, because that's how a guy's gonna match that. So it's like, I always try to do what other women are not doing, which is like having standards, like having a certain time that I don't want to like talk to you. I mean, I might make an exception. I might make an exception for my favorite. But like, I don't know. Like, I'm still figuring that out. So, but yeah, I definitely.
No, hold on. I gotta know what these non-negotiables.
You gonna make me say it? Oh my
God.
God.
I want to know.
All right, I'm not talking to you before 11 o'clock or after 10 p.m.
Why is that?
Because, like, those are booty call hours. And I feel like if you haven't deserved, like, no, you don't want to, like, create a space where they feel comfortable to, like,
call you
slip in, you know?
All right, question, though. In the work that you do, right, you might not be available to talk until after 10 p.m.
I know that's the only thing that I deal with.
I don't think that's
like,
fair.
It's not, but like, I don't know. It's some gotta give. You know, you gotta have some type of like discipline with this.
What about a text? Can he text you after and just to say good night?
No.
Or just was thinking about you when you have a moment? Call me.
No. I mean, maybe for my favorite, yeah. But most of the time, I don't got time for them. For real, for real. Really, ever since I like started becoming a rapper, it's been hard to like balance like that aspect of my life.
Right.
Everything else is just like good. House, car, everything. Work good. But like, I guess because I work so much, I don't know. Maybe that's
I saw you just got a new car too.
Yeah.
Ooh, how many cars do you have?
Well, I have 2 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah. It feels good. I feel like, you know, album coming out, it's like perfect time to just pop my so.
Right now I'm talking to Flo Milli. And so you're from Mobile, Alabama.
Yes.
And so that's like, how far is that from Montgomery? You know why I'm asking. That's like 2.5.
It's 2 hours, yeah.
Okay, 2 hours from Montgomery. Have you ever been to that riverfront dock where the melee went down? First of all, I was so proud watching that
yes,
video.
Me too.
What did you think when you saw it? And have you ever been there?
Yes, I have. My sister, isn't Alabama State in Montgomery? Yeah, my sister went to Alabama State. She just graduated. So I would always go up there. I've never been to the riverfront, but I'm not surprised. I be telling people all the time, like, Alabama people is not the people to f with. Like, I grew up around all that shit, so it's normal to me. I always tell him, like, he be sending me stuff on First 48 and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, like, that's normal to me. Like, seeing girls fight, like, waking up to fights every day in the hood, like, so they don't play. Like, that wasn't surprising to me at all.
So what was life like for you in Mobile, Alabama? Because I know you grew up going to church and perform. Did you perform in church?
Yes, all the time. Like, that's how I got into music. Like, I had to, I wouldn't say I was forced, but I was kind of forced to, like, do solos and be in the choir. So after school every day, I'm going to church. On the weekends, I'm with my grandparents, going to church. Like, I was heavily involved in church. So, like, being on stage and singing and being in plays, it was easy for me to, like, get used to that. But growing up in Alabama was very crazy. Like, you always saw something. There was always something going on. Like, I don't know. It's not really much positives, but
really,
it's bad out there. But like, I still appreciate being from there because it like helped me become strong, I guess.
Right.
Like, but it is very tough. Like,
I know Young Blue is from Mobile, Alabama too, right?
Yeah, he's from my city.
Okay.
Him, Rilo, and No Cap.
Did you like really interact with them before all of this, or?
I did with Young Blue a little bit. I kind of knew about Blue since I was in middle school because he had like motion in the city and everything, and then he blew up later after that. But I talked to Blue and then pretty much all of them, but we don't really like communicate like that all the time.
That'd be dope though, because it's like a movement for the whole city, and I'm sure a lot of people are watching that.
Yeah, it's really dope. I try to go back as much as I can. Like for Mardi Gras, I'm gonna go back.
All right, well, Flo Milli is here. We got some more with her when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Flo Milli is here. And this is a good time, too, because it's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, as we all know. And so who are some of the people that, for the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, that you would shout out, that you would say, the reason why I do what I do is because of this person?
Oh my gosh, it's so many. I could start with MC Lyte, Nicki Minaj, Missy Elliott, Lil Wayne.
Icons.
And even though like Beyonce and Rihanna, they're like more R&B, those were the people. And the list goes on and on and on.
I know, you're like, I don't want to forget anybody.
Yeah.
In your household growing up, because I noticed that you do pay homage to a lot of people that are older than you, even with the SWV week.
Yes.
You know, song that you did. So was that like the type of music that was playing in your household growing up?
Oh my gosh. SWV, Music Soul Child, D'Angelo, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. Really all those girl groups. It was one other one. I think it was called Black.
Oh, I remember Black.
Yeah. My mom, she really like was like that R&B soul, but she also had like this gangster side to her that would listen to like Webby and UGK and all them. So it's like,
so she loves your music.
Yeah. She does.
And of course you have the new single out right now, Fruit Loops. Okay. So we're getting ready for this new project. Do you have a date yet? Because I know you keep saying it's coming.
I don't have a date yet, but I want that to be like a surprise. But it's coming very soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep feeding my fans.
And that song is a song that I was like, whoever, if she's talking about somebody in particular, okay, he is crying in the car right now.
I hope he is.
Oh, so this is about somebody in particular. No.
All of my songs are.
Sorry for that, man.
Him, but you know.
Oh, damn. Did something just happen?
No.
Okay.
No, I just, when I'm off somebody, I just be like.
So there's no coming back when you're off somebody?
No coming back. I'm a Capricorn.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, January 3rd.
So you know we don't forget people.
You know what? And you know what you do that I do too? I'll just go ghost.
Yes, me too. Yeah. I will ghost.
I'm not trying to like have no closure.
Yeah, because it's like, you know what you did. And why am I explaining it to you? You know,
but who's going to mess this up now?
What?
With you.
I don't know, somebody dumbass son. Clearly.
Well, congratulations on everything you have going on. Make sure y'all go out and vote for her for this MTV VMA so that she could win that. And congratulations, platinum, gold, new album on the way. And I just love to see the fact that this is something you knew you wanted to do from when you were young, and you really are doing it and making it happen and working hard.
I appreciate it. We just getting started, so.
All right. Well, make sure you come back when the album's out.
Okay, I'll do that.
Flo Milli, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. I'm here with my award-winning advice-giving friend, Mano. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, 800-292-5150. Ask Yee is next.
Everybody whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
All you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and the award-winning advice giver, Mano, is here.
Yes, I am.
And it's time for Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Hello, who's this?
Hey, how you doing? This is JR.
Hey, JR, how are you feeling?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm good. You sound a little down, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, going through it.
Okay, talk to us.
Me and my girlfriend, we've been together for like 16 years. In my past history, I did some things like I wasn't supposed to do while we were together. We grew up, got ourselves together, had a son, moved into a beautiful home together, and she decided to want to seek revenge for the things that I did years ago, which caused us to be departed and break our family down and separate me from my son and my family, which causes me to wake up nights like 2-3 in the morning realizing she wasn't home and she was out being with the next man when I'm just working, being loyal and coming home, taking care of the bills and cutting grass and doing what I'm supposed to do. And she just basically just felt like she wanted to get revenge, and I felt like it wasn't the right time to be doing it, and she had already forgave me in the past.
Right. If she already forgave you, right, and already penalized you for what you did, got past what you did, and then now she cheating years later, she cheating because she want to cheat, bro.
How old is your son?
My son, he's 10 years old.
Okay. Is part of this that you don't want to be separated from your son and you're concerned about not being in the same household with him?
Yeah, we basically shopped for the house and got our house together and whatever. And we did that because, like, we're established now, we're grown up, and she decided to try to do what she do to get me out the house. And the word on the street is like she's trying to bring the new guy in that she's seen.
Oh,
have me living in a hotel.
Yo, homie, you got to stand on something, bro. Like, this is not gonna work. Like, she cheating because she want to cheat. She probably getting a little traumatized at this point. You got to stand on business, right? First of all, I don't even think that it could probably work out.
Well, all right, JR, a couple of things here. With the house, let's talk about logistical things that you can control, because certain things you can't control, right? Like, you cannot control what this woman is going to do. She's going to do what she wants, but I want to make sure that you protect yourself and your relationship with your son first and foremost. So when it comes to the house, whose name is it in?
Basically, I used majority of my money to get the house to put down because she didn't have it, and my name was supposed to be going down, but she said by my criminal history, she didn't want it to affect from us getting a house, so I took that in consideration to believe in her, and basically she ended up getting it just in her name, not knowing that this was the plan the whole time.
I just want to make sure that you're preparing yourself for everything that can go wrong, because I think sometimes we believe in people, but as you can see, she is a vindictive person. And so she has definitely plotted and planned against you. And so I just want to make sure that you got to do what you need to do to handle your responsibilities, just as far as financially, as far as family-wise with your son. I think you need to be also plotting ahead, too.
That's right.
You know, it's a game of chess here now. She's going to be doing certain things, and you can't just sit back and let that happen.
Yeah.
What is it that you still love about her, and why do you still want to be with her?
I mean, it's not even the fact that I even want to be with her no more, by being that I'm finding a lot of things out about her. It's just that I just always look at it as I wanted my son to see him and his parents together.
Yeah.
Because I've been through it.
Yeah, so did all of us. But sometimes it's not like that, and you ain't gonna have no harmony. You ain't gonna have no peace in a situation like that. She proved to be a snake. So, I mean, what you gonna do?
I just want to say, sir, JR, you got to lawyer up now. Now is the time for you to be making sure that you're proactive and doing what you need to do to protect your assets and to make sure that you're able to see your son, because I know that is a main priority of yours, making sure that you have the visitation that you're supposed to get, that you have the time with him that you're supposed to get. But also, we don't need you living in a hotel. So now you also need to figure out with the finances, what you contributed, how can you make sure that you're able to stand on your own 2 feet and financially take care of yourself. So I highly recommend you talking to a lawyer to make sure that you're prepared for whatever might come your way. Because like you said, you see what she's trying to do. You need to know legally what do you need to do to protect yourself.
Right.
All right. Well, I just want you to handle your business, JR. So that means get on the ball with that. Okay. And I understand, like, you're not happy and it is depressing when things like this can happen. Don't blame yourself. You did what you, if she didn't want to be with you, she should have told you that then. She shouldn't have forgiven you and she shouldn't have pretended to make the relationship work. You know, if it was over for her, it should have been over. So now you've done what you can do. You can't take back the past, but what you can do is work on what you have to handle for the future.
You're right.
Being a good guy don't work all the time.
Yeah, I see that. I definitely see that. I was always told, you know what I'm saying, if you change your life around, try to do better.
Man, listen, man, go to the store, get you your black outfit, all black. That's your energy right there. You got to return some of that energy, bro.
Well, you can be a good guy. It's just got to be with the right person.
Yeah, you definitely right. You definitely right. But I definitely learned my lesson, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we're praying for you for real, JR. Right now, I'm saying the prayer.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I can use it.
All right, bro.
Thank you for calling us. And good luck, man. Check back in, please.
Man, come on, man. That being too nice. This is what I'm saying.
Well, that was your Ask Ye. 800-292-5150. Real people with some real problems. And when we come back, we have last word, all right? 800-292-5150 in case you want to weigh in, get some advice yourself. If you need some advice, you can always still call us up. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Mano is here.
Yep.
And Mano, thank you so much for being so open about everything today. We heard you talking about your co-parenting situation. We heard you talking about not paying for meals that you weren't at when you're dating somebody. And also, thank you to Milli for joining us. You know, she's an amazing artist, so we love the fact that she stopped through. This was my first time meeting her in person.
Right.
So that was nice. And also I want to make sure y'all all get ready for Angela Yee Day. That's going down August 27th at the Barclays
Be
Center
ready.
Plaza. That's right outside the Barclays. We're going to have a good time. I'm
Absolutely.
scared, actually, about how much fun we're about to have.
I can't wait to be there.
And people were DMing me because you said you were going to have a kissing booth.
Really? I didn't say that. You said that.
You said you're going to set up a booth. I was like, a kissing booth? Yeah. But we are going to have a lot of great things happening. We're going to have a wellness area. We're going to have haircuts, hair braiding. We have a book bag giveaway. There's going to be live performances, and everything is free. You know I don't play about that. And we're getting ready for the West Indian Day Parade, so it's going to be a lot of Caribbean, as many would say, tings happening.
Yeah, a lot of tings, you know. Real live Jamaica.
You get to see Mano do his Jamaican walk across the stage.
Ovation.
Oh, and Navy, who is our board op, is actually going to be doing a little zicker.
Navy, you DJing.
A little bit. We're going to see.
You better be good, bro.
Yeah. Come on, man.
You better
Don't make
be
us
good.
We're putting him in the game. Put me in the game, coach. Yeah. All right, so get ready for that because we'll all be out there, and I'm excited. Again, that is going to be August 27th from 12 to 5 p.m. Make sure y'all come out. Everything is absolutely free. And, of course, we'll be back tomorrow. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. You guys get to have the last word, 800-292-5150.
Hey, Angela, I have got to go with Sheree on this one. At the end of the day, like, everybody is responsible for their own food. How dare people think that you're going to come to my birthday party and eat food and my man's going to pay for it? Absolutely not. I'm on Team Sheree.
I was listening to your thing about Martell Holt. He should pay for the dinner. That is extremely tacky to invite people to a birthday dinner and you don't pay. And then they said it was just $1,500. Really, dude? Pay for the doggone dinner. You out here begging people to help you pay? That is so freaking tacky. I had a friend do that. They invited us to a doggone birthday dinner, and then they didn't want, well, my wife's friend invited us to a birthday dinner, and then they didn't want to pay for the doggone dinner. That is so doggone tacky. Especially if it was a $50,000 bill, I could kind of understand it. It was $1,500. Pay the doggone bill, you cheapskate. My name's Art, by the way. Okay, all right, bye.
Yeah, I was calling about the topic with the whole co-parenting situation. I share 4 kids with my kid's father, and it's been abusive for 11 years. And, like, I finally got tired of it because he bit me. And I was just like, enough is enough, and I'm out of here. So it's really hard, and it's hard on the kids, but I had to do what's best for me and mine.
Angela Yee, this is Teresa Reddick. I was just listening to the radio, and I discovered we're birthday twins. I just had to call in. I know I'm not supposed to call this line for that, but I just had to do it. Way up.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.